Well, Eric and Molly, neighbors we spoke with say that last time they saw the victim was here this past weekend, and police have been canvassing the neighborhood looking for surveillance video around that time. Neighbors also tell me the victim moved here because of an issue with a stalker in the past, but it's unclear at this point who that person might have been and if that is at all related to this investigation.
Tremendous impact. We're all just absolutely devastated. We all just feel this emptiness inside. It's just like somebody burst a balloon.
Neighbors on South Orchard Street are still reeling from the murder of 20-year-old Liliya Guyvoronsky, who everyone called Lily.
She was energetic and enjoyed her dogs more than anything. Probably in her life.
The grisly discovery sent shockwaves through the neighborhood as residents watched the investigation unfold. One neighbor sharing this cell phone video of the suspect being wheeled away by first responders. Court records state former Bothell City Council member James McNeal had self-inflicted wounds on his wrists when he was found.
This guy came out and they asked him to turn around, and he walked backwards. He had blood on his sweatpants, and they just arrested him.
Court records state McNeal called his attorney first for help, who then called 911. McNeal was due in court for a bail hearing, but didn't show for the second day in a row. Neighbors tell KOMO they've seen McNeal here in recent weeks, and others who wanted to remain anonymous shared the victim did warn them she had a stalker.
She told us that she had a stalker in past, and that's why she moved here. She didn't describe the nitty-gritties and details about it.
It's unknown if that is related to this investigation or how McNeal knew the victim, who worked at Seattle area strip clubs, including Kitten's Cabaret.
She said that she had a new boyfriend and that he was paying for everything, that she had stopped working.
McNeal also waived his right to appear in court today and is currently being held without bail. We also reached out to the attorney who initially called 911, and he says he is no longer representing McNeal and had no further comment. Reporting live in Seattle, Lynanne Wynn, KOMO News.
Well, Preston, Mary, I've been following this case for several days now. It's just heartbreaking. Friends and coworkers of Lily's, they described her as a kind heart and someone who loved animals. We now know that she was a dancer at an adult nightclub here in Seattle called Kitten's Cabaret.
One of Lily's co-workers, who is also a dancer at this nightclub, told KOMO News over social media she was a really sweet person, kind-hearted and no bad energy. The employee, who we are keeping anonymous, writes, "Coming across creepy predators in the dance community is unfortunate, but it can happen to any innocent person no matter their hustle." Unfortunately, is one of her regulars from the club, and all I know is they met up and were arguing.
First case I'm going to call is James McNeal.
58-year-old James McNeal, former Bothell City Council member, was not present in the courtroom after documents say he was arrested at the scene. Cell phone video shows McNeal being wheeled away by first responders for self-inflicted injuries.
He had a white pickup truck, and he would sort of hang around, sometimes just inside the truck for hours.
I spoke to a neighbor who called Lily a friend.
We've been texting as recently as the Sunday before.
Leaving a vase of flowers at her front door, the neighbor tells me she will remember the light in Lily in such a tragic ending.
It was just horrifying to hear it was this guy that had been hanging around, who was so much older and so much bigger than she was. He was just in the house for hours and hours and hours. And the fact that he didn't even have the guts to call 911 himself, that he called his lawyer who called 911.
According to court documents, detectives believe Lily died by strangulation tonight. We are still waiting for the King County medical examiner to officially determine her cause of death. We know that McNeal, he's set to appear again in court here in King County tomorrow. Live in Seattle, Hannah Knowles, KOMO News.